All right, ladies and gentlemen, I got two special guests online right now. It's Saturday, January 27, 2024. I want to introduce Code Red. And Code Red, I want you to introduce your special guest.
Okay. Hey, hi, everybody. How are we doing tonight? I'm Code Red, aka Michael Militia, aka Astro Black, aka your mama's favorite battle rapper. And tonight I get to introduce JVel Divine, aka Chicana Queen. How are you doing tonight, JVel?
Hey, what's good, everybody? I'm doing phenomenal. Definitely looking forward to getting to answer you guys' questions and giving you guys a little insight on who I am as an artist and as a person. So definitely, I'm ready to get it.
How do you spell your first name?
My first name?
Yeah, how do you spell your artist name, if you don't mind?
JVel and then space Divine, Divine.
Okay, so I'm going to say that back. JVel space Divine, JVel Divine. Is that right? All right.
That's right.
Woo! Y'all hear that, everybody? We got JVel Divine online right now. Okay. That's exciting. Code Red, so what's going on, man? Tell us about what we doing today.
So today we're discussing the album Spiritual Gangsta with JVel Divine, and we're just going to let JVel Divine be herself and introduce her wonderful self to the world. And today I'm sitting in the co-host chair today, guys, with hot Cheetos and tea. So that's fun. Yeah, that's fun. So I get it, you know what I mean? I get my hot Cheetos and I got tea.
Okay, is Spiritual Gangsta, is that an album, EP, LP? Can you break that down for us?
An LP.
LP? Okay. So JVel says that Spiritual Gangsta is an LP. Can you break down what an LP to us is? What is an LP?
Well, to be honest, I'm like super new into this music industry. I've just been kind of cranking out songs and whatnot. But from what my producer tells me and my manager tells me, that it's an LP, but I know it's got 10 songs on it. I wish I could tell you what exactly an LP is, but to be honest, I got no clue.
Okay.
All right, so I'll help y'all out. So anything over, I think, 15 minutes now in the industry is classified as an LP. That's anything over 15 minutes. Anything like 15 minutes and under will be considered an EP, which stands for extended play. LP stands for long play, which is basically a categorization of types of albums or music catalog, if you will.
Wow.
Music industry.
Wow.
Industry standards. That's what that is.
And
okay, well, whatever he says.
okay.
She said this nigga came here using all these big ass words. What are you doing in life, right? I feel it.
All right, bet. Okay, so you said wait. Okay, let me just wait. Hold on. Okay, so moving forward, you said JVel. You said you have 11 tracks on this LP.
On this LP, it's 10 tracks.
Oh, 10 tracks. Okay, that's good to know. I didn't know that. So everybody, JVel Divine, did I say that right? JVel or JVel? JVel. Okay. Okay, JVel, JVel. Okay, my bad. No disrespect. Sorry, I try to get people's names right. Sometimes I don't pronounce it right. I'm sorry. Okay, so you got 10 tracks on your LP. All right, Code Red, go ahead, continue.
All right, so I'm sitting here reading the article. I don't know if you even know that this dropped, JVel Divine, on EIN Presswire. Shout out to EIN Presswire, whoever that is, and KRON4. Is that a channel, JVel Divine? Do you know like what that is, the article? It's about you. So that's what I'm asking. And we'll post the link to the article below the show. We can do that, right, Blue?
That's correct. Just send me the link.
Okay. So I got you.
Okay.
I got you.
So there's been a.
Do you know about that article?
I'm sorry. Okay. I heard both of you guys talking. I wasn't sure what.
We do that frequently. Me and Blue do that frequently with each other, so you gotta bear with us.
Yeah, no worries. No worries. No, tell us about the article with your name in it, JVel.
Well, yeah, I pretty much just got like an article published on a bunch of different news outlets. I know it was like on Fox News and whatnot. Just pretty much like kind of getting like a little down on what my album was about, and just kind of, because it's not your typical just club banger type of music. It definitely has a message, and I'm trying to make a movement with my music and trying to touch people's lives and stuff, just with my story and give my testimony. And like it says in the title, Spiritual Gangsta, it's like it's really trying to like go within and heal yourself, and really trying to heal all your trauma, so that way you can be the best possible version of yourself, and to ultimately hurt people, and the world is already as it is, So I feel like if you do the work to find your inner happiness, your inner peace, that's what you start giving back to the world. You start raising the vibrations, and I feel like that's what we need music nowadays, just because there's a lot of music out there that be influencing, the youth, especially the youth, and I don't know. I'm just trying to make the world a better place, and just by spreading a message and raising the vibrations, I'm gonna do what I gotta do.
Respect.
And I'm just a very, very creative mind, and if that's what I can, contribute to the world and to making it a better place, and I'm gonna do what I gotta do, like I said.
Wow, that's wonderful. You just made me feel better, because I'm nervous behind the mic, and I know I sound nervous, and now I have an idea of the type of music that you want to come out with, and I like that. So you already have 10 tracks, and you released Spiritual Gangsta, and what made you decide to release this healing therapy Spiritual Gangsta LP? Well, you kind of answered that already, but so what is it that you want to get out of this LP? What have you got out of it so far? Or what are you looking to get out of this album or this LP?
Really, I'm trying to, just kind of put my story out there, my testimony, because all of my songs that I've written, it's, it has to do with what I've gone through, and I know that I can, other people can relate to me and relate to my stories, relate to the pain, and honestly, the music's what saved me. I was actually, I just started doing music about 2 years ago.
Okay.
And I feel like God touched me on my head and said, you know what, I want you to start making music, because I swear on my life that I never thought I was going to be a rapper, singer, songwriter. I was an LVN for 4 years and a CNC 3 years, and I decided to take a break from my nursing career to start making music, because I don't know, I just had this push inside me. I still don't understand. It still makes no sense to me, but I feel so deeply inside of me that's what I need to be doing.
Wow, this is interesting. So,
Can I read a little bit of this article real quick?
Yeah, go ahead. Go for it, Corey.
No, ask your question first, and then I want to read a little bit of this article, and then I want to ask JVel Divine a question.
Okay. Thank you, Corey. So, JVel, you are a nurse, and you decided to take a break because God spoke to you, reached out to you, and said, make this music. and heal, and so you can heal and heal the world with the spiritual gangster.
Yeah.
Wow, that's really.
Yeah, so being a nurse, it's all about healing the mind, body, and soul. And I figured, with my music, I could still help heal people, even though I'm not, currently working as a nurse. I'm always gonna be that healer. I got that healing trait and that empathetic vibe that everybody needs. The world needs compassion, and I feel like I emanate that pretty well through my music.
And one more question: Where are you from? Like, where did you start making music?
Well, I'm born and raised in Oceanside, California.
Okay.
But I go down to SD and make tracks out there.
Okay, so Cole Red, you said you wanted to read something from the article. Go, if you want, you can go ahead and continue.
Yeah, I want to read a couple of things from this article.
Thanks, JVel.
Artist Joe.
Go ahead. My bad. Sorry.
No, you're good. You're all good. And then after I read this part, I got like 2 questions for JVel Divine. So, rising artist JVel Divine, aka the Chicana Queen, drops highly anticipated album on all streaming platforms. You hear that? Highly anticipated. Blue. I mean, they was waiting for this right here. That's that high, right? That's what this means. So, Spiritual Gangsta, the album is now available for streaming on all major platforms. I mean, everybody go over there, Spotify right now. Everybody listening, go Spotify right now. Go YouTube, all that. Listen to this album. I did. It changed my life. So I'm telling y'all, you know what I mean? It's all kinds of synchronicities started happening.
Oh, by the way, can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
I listened to 2 records by JVel Divine, and my honest opinion is she's dope. As soon as I listened to Lit Vibes, I heard another record. I forget the name of the song title, but y'all go ahead, check that out. That's JVel Divine out of Oceanside, California. Make sure y'all check out Spiritual Gangsta. Go ahead, Cole Red.
San Diego in the building. Whoop, whoop. JVel Divine uses her music as a powerful tool to break generational curses and contribute to creating a more compassionate world for those to connect with individuals facing mental health and addiction challenges, right? It says JVel Divine's raw and authentic storytelling with hypnotic beats that transcend genres. The album is a testament to her commitment to authenticity. I don't know. It's the T, you guys, okay? Usually I can pronounce it right. To authenticity, empowerment, and breaking barriers. JVel Divine's unique style has earned her the moniker the Chicana Queen, reflecting her roots and the powerful cultural influences embedded in her music. With tracks that resonate with listeners on a profound level, Spiritual Gangsta is poised to leave an indelible mark on the music scene. You see that? I don't know what that word means, but that means something. Indelible. I don't know what that means, but that means something. Y'all gotta ask Cat Williams that or something. I don't know. Don't miss out on this transformative music experience. Stream Spiritual Gangsta on your favorite platform. JVel Divine invites you to join her in breaking boundaries, spreading love, and contributing to a world of compassion through the power of music. For press inquiries, interviews, or additional information, please contact Marcos Velasquez, Modern XLC at gmail.com. Who's Marcos Velasquez? That's my first question. JVel Divine.
That Shinobi right there.
Okay. So then you're connected to Modern X, correct?
That's right.
Can you tell us a little bit about how that connection started? That's my first question. Like, how did that connection start? And, like, where are you guys at in that process right now? That's my first question. And then I got another one after that.
How it started? See, I feel like God just put me in the right place at the right time type shit. I was invited to perform at my very first performance. It was just a bunch of San Diego underground rappers and stuff, a bunch of females. And at that point, I had only had like 2 songs I had ever written in my whole life. And somebody invited me to go perform. And that promoter, she ended up introducing me to Marcos. They ended up being like pretty much like family, known each other for years and years and years. after that, history, you know, I haven't worked with anybody since. Me and him, like, he got me from the get-go. Like, he saw my potential, and we both shared the same type of vision and trying to make a, you know, big wave in the music industry, just because, you know, the music industry fucking corrupt as hell nowadays. And luckily with him and him having the, you know, the utmost confidence in me, like, we're just making a lot of big moves.
That's fire. So, my next question is, my favorite track so far, I think, is it's called Down to Fight, correct? Down to Fight?
Yeah.
Down to Fight. And that was produced by Cricket Beats from San Diego, correct?
Correct.
Without, like, you know, getting too much into detail, can you tell us kind of who that is and how that connection happened with you guys too, as far as that production? Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, like I said, God put me in the right place, the right time, just making, you know, not me with a bunch of like head honchos up in this business, you know, like, and I honestly didn't know who Cricket was back when he hit me up. I think, to be honest, I think it was my profile picture on Facebook that kind of caught his attention, to be honest. And yeah, he just hit me up and said that he made beats. I was like, oh, well, I'm kind of starting to rap. He was like, oh yeah, let me make you a beat. And I didn't realize what exactly I was getting myself into and who I was actually working with, and didn't realize, you know, that, you know, he's one of the head honchos up in the SD and shit. Yeah.
Wow.
Respect.
Respect.
What's your favorite track on? Well, no. Before we get into that, I got one more question, and I got one more question after that, and then Blue, if you would.
Okay.
My first question is, where did the term spiritual gangster come from, and like was that just something that like God told you, or how did you arrive at that? Like, how did that process happen?
So when I started writing and making music, that's when I was like having my spiritual awakening. I had, you know, prior to that, I had no idea what spirituality, you know, entailed, and, you know, just angel numbers, or, you know, following your intuition, your third eye opening, and I didn't know anything about that up until I started making music. And after my suicide attempt, like, just my third eye opened like tremendously, and I just started viewing the world in a whole different perspective, and started, you know, being able to heal my traumas from like years and years and years ago. Just, you know, things that hurt me tremendously before just didn't hurt me anymore. Like, I was able to cope in a healthy way, and I feel like gangster, like, I feel like we need to, you know, put like a whole new definition on that shit, you know. And with my music and with my beats and the type of stilo I went for, like, I'm trying to hit like a certain type of audience, you know, like, kind of, you know, the more that are like in the streets and the, hey, you know, about that life, and, you know, have suffered the same type of pain and shit, because those are the people that, you know, that really need to find God and really need to find like that inner peace, inner healing and shit. And yeah, so that's how I came up with the title to that album.
Wow, that was a really good question, Corred. And thanks for sharing that, JVel.
Writing process. Oh, my bad. We do this all the time. I swear, me and Blue. We do this all the time. That's like my brother from another mother. Huh, Blue?
Yes, sir. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Thanks for tuning in.
So, I want to ask how does your writing process work, and what's your favorite song on your album, and what was the hardest song to write? I know that's like 3 questions in one, but like, hey, it works, right?
My creative process, okay? Well, I guess it just depends. It depends on like what I'm going through in the moment. I kind of just come up with a cadence in my mind and kind of just build around that cadence. And then sometimes I have a beat to write to, and sometimes I don't. Sometimes I just, put my lyrics to. I can usually fit it to any type of beat. I'm pretty adaptable and flexible in that way. But yeah, and once I start writing, like it doesn't stop. It doesn't stop. And what was the other question?
Oh,
My favorite song?
I want to ask something. I want to ask something. The same thing Cole Red asked you. It's like 3 questions in one. What is your favorite song from Spiritual Gangsta, and what do you think was the hardest song to write for Spiritual Gangsta?
My favorite song? My favorite song to write or my favorite song to sing?
Well, I think
like perform.
I think Cole Red was just asking like what was your favorite song off the LP Spiritual Gangsta, and I think he was asking what song on the LP was the hardest, or what was the most difficult song to write for the LP.
See, Denzel Washington was my nigga.
I think my favorite song has to be Cali Cruisin'.
Cali Cruisin'.
Probably Cali Cruisin'. If not, yeah.
I like that.
That one and Oye Mi Gente. Probably those are my top.
So you rapping in Spanish too? You gotta like.
She's doing bilingual music, everybody.
You hear that? So, and you mentioned you sing too, so because we didn't even bring that up yet. So you're a double threat, basically, is what you're telling us here at the station, right? That's what you're doing right now.
Yes, sir. My next project, my next album that I'm planning on dropping is probably not even going to be the same genre. It's probably going to be some fucking corridos tumbados or some regional, some reggae. I don't know. Like I said, I'm very adaptable, very flexible, and I can go anyway, pretty much.
You know, you can't. We got a mostly African American audience. You can't be talking like that over here because all of our viewers tuning in very attentively. You know what I'm saying? It was like, hey, Possum, I mean, off top. So, let me ask this, right? Who would you work with if, like, you could work with any artist? Like, who would you want to work with? Like, off top, who would you want to work with?
Oh, that's a tough one. Can I give you like my top 3?
Yeah.
It's your show, so you can do what you want to do. It's Blue's show, but you can do what you want to do right now.
All right. Probably MC Magic, NB Riders, and fucking damn. I probably have to say Russ.
Okay.
Russ's music, he got like that same type of message and same type of vibe.
Wow.
He's definitely on that.
Okay.
Past 2, I could definitely use his lyrics and shit.
I have a question.
So let's talk spirituality for a moment, right?
Okay, after you. After me? Okay. All right.
Yeah, after you. We do this. We're one and the same. You know that.
I got a really. I think I have a really important. I just think. No, my bad. I'm sorry. No, I just think I have a really important question because I need to know this, and I think the listeners need to know. What exactly does it mean to be Chicana or Chicano, and what's the difference between Chicano or Chicanas and Latin or Mexican, or what is the difference, because I know there's like something, I know Chicana comes from like the Chicanos, right? Yeah. Okay. I think that, okay. Yeah. I just want you to, can you just like break it down what that means? Cause I know that it might, I have an idea what it is, but I want you to tell us if you don't mind.
Yeah. Well, from what I know, is pretty much like say, one of your parents was born here in the States or raised up here in the States, and the other parent, born in Mexico, and so you got like pretty much both cultures going in, you know.
Okay.
What else? I'm trying to find a better definition. Let's see. I don't know. That's the way I see what it
Okay.
is.
So it's like a little, so it's like interconnected, like, you know, mixture of Mexican, you know, Mexican out of, you know, from Mexico, and then, you know, a little bit of Mexican American, together, you know, kind of identifies you with the, you know, the Chicana side. Okay. And then this is really interesting because everybody, she has something on K-Ron 4 News. I don't know. I've never seen this before, but I just pulled up on this. JVel Divine, do you know anything about the spiritual gangster appearing on the K-Ron 4 News? Did you know about that?
No, that's the first I'm hearing of that.
That's what we did. That's what we just did. You late. No, I'm playing political shooting. Look, we got that right now. Let's discuss that further in article. What in that article stand out to you particularly? Let's do that. I'm gonna interview both of y'all.
Okay, so she hasn't heard of this before. Okay, so what stood out was the K-Ron 4 News, and it says JVel Divine unleashes spiritual gangster, a soul-stirring musical journey. So I just stumbled upon that right now, and what got my attention was I saw spiritual gangster. So I just thought this was published January 8th, 2024 at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. It says rising artist JVel Divine, aka the Chicana Queen, drops highly anticipated album on all streaming platforms. So I think you just shared that article. Is that right, Corey? Was you reading that same article?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. That's my job here at this station is investigative reporting. Did you not know that? You didn't get that memo? Yeah, that's the memo. I'm an investigative reporter for San Jose City College Radio and the Jake Blue Sanders podcast. I wanted to ask you a question too, JVel, without delving too far into it, like, cause if it doesn't like, cause you seem like a pretty functional book, you know, but without delving too far into it, you did mention that you had a suicide attempt. So I want to ask you a question, and the question that I want to ask you is discussing spirituality, right, and being a spiritual gangster. What would you say to these young ladies out here that are struggling, like with those types of thoughts? And what set of tools do you have that can empower you, that you didn't have before, to empower yourself that you can share with others? You dig that? You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely. You know, just being able to accept, you know, that, you know, there's an issue, that there's a, you know, that, you know, depression is definitely a real thing. You know, I know in different cultures, it's like mental health is so taboo nowadays. It's like, I want to, you know, just to make sure, or to, you know, to help them realize that it's a very, very normal thing that everybody goes through, and it's okay to ask for help, you know, and to give yourself a break, to, you know, to be able to release all emotions that you're feeling. I know it's super hard.
Yeah.
Super hard for you to go through the emotions, you know, like, I know a lot of people, especially in my, you know, in my circumstances, like, back in the days, I was just trying to numb the pain. I didn't want to feel nothing. Like, I was going through so much. That's, like, definitely an understatement. But, yeah, definitely, just asking for help and seeking therapy. Therapy is, like, I know, for me, at least, sounded like, you know, for, like, people that were crazy, that, you know, had a bunch of mental illnesses and disorders, and, you know, like, I did not, you know, have the right idea about it until, like, I actually went in and looked for the help. You know, they definitely helped me with, like, finding healthy coping mechanisms, whereas before, you know, like, my coping mechanism was fucking smoking and drinking until I couldn't feel anything, you know, and now, you know, I just I put all my pain in my music. And
do you use any specific set of tools like meditation or prayer? Like, how do we unpack that? You know what I'm saying?
It's a lot of work. Healing takes a lot of work for sure. Like you said, definitely having faith. Even if it's not God, like just having faith in a higher source, and definitely just know that you got like a spiritual team behind you. And I know it sounds like it sounds crazy and shit, because I know in the beginning I was like, what the fuck you mean angels and spirit guys? Like, nah, like your ancestors got your back for sure. Like, you just gotta ask for help. Like, definitely don't be shy to pray. Like, God's a homie. He got your back through everything. Yeah.
What what emotions do you say you feel right now that you might be struggling with, and like how do you combat those, and how could you help others to combat those? Because you speak of like mental health and things of this nature in your music too. So like, what do you feel that you might be struggling with, and again, how could you what advice could you give to others that might be struggling with those same emotions?
What I'm currently feeling at the moment.
Hey, however you want to get down with it, you know what I'm saying? However you want to pack it, it's your show. Yeah?
That's a great question. Probably just feeling like super self-conscious and not letting, your mind just being filled with, doubt. That's definitely something I'm hella struggling with. Sometimes like I feel like the demons want to try to come and fuck my mind up and just try to fill that shit with doubt, and it makes me feel like I'm not good enough, and like I start comparing myself to other artists and shit. But then at the end of the day, like, I know that God put me on this path for a reason and gave me this gift for a reason, and like, and I just gotta fucking own what I do and just be confident. And even if I have to fake it till I make it, like, just putting those positive words and affirmations out from the universe, like, that's gonna manifest. Like, even if low key don't even believe it, like, you better fucking, like I said, fake it till you make it.
Yeah.
So if you said you had one superpower, what's JVel Divine superpower? What can you do? What's your superpower?
I think my superpower is turning something so ugly and so painful into a masterpiece, such as my story turning into a song, like, and being able to raise the vibration like that and touch another soul. Because I know back when I was going through it, like, music was like, just spoke to me. I know spirit guides and God definitely gives you messages through music and shit. And if I could give a little bit of hope and inspiration, like, I could die happy. Yeah.
So it's 10:48. We're almost out. I think Blue's gonna be like, we're almost out of time. But look, and we don't want to rush anything.
No, take your time.
That's what's up, Blue. Thank you. See, he likes you. He don't like me. He was like, get out. He's like, we're packing up the studio. Leave. Look. So, here's my thing. It's now what, 9:45 on the West Coast. That's a perfect time to get, what I'm saying, into a sunny angle real quick. So, I'm gonna ask this personally. Is JVel Divine single, and what's your sexual orientation? Can we unpack that? Like, let's do that.
Yeah, I'm single at the moment, and I would consider myself demisexual. Like, I don't really find sexual attraction up until, like, I have like a strong emotional bond with somebody. But yeah, I like men and I like females.
What are you looking at?
I feel like I prefer females for sure, though.
Why do you say you feel like you prefer females? Let's go. Hey, you see, the ratings just went through the roof. The ratings went through the roof.
Yeah, I love me some females. I don't know, there's something about them. You can't live with them, can't live without them type shit,
What are you looking for in what are you looking for in a partner? Like what are you looking for in a partner? Ratings are going through the roof, Blue. You see that?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Thanks.
Partner, probably somebody that has like, you know, the same type of heart that you know, somebody that can empathize with somebody, give compassion, is nurturing, attentive, because there's some locals out here that don't give a fuck, and it's just, you know, all about them and super self-centered. Like, that's the biggest turn off for me. You know, like, once I see somebody that's, you know, nurturing and compassionate and, like, actually gives a fuck, like, that's a big turn on, for sure, for sure.
What's your favorite color and what's your favorite food? And then Blue, if you would.
Okay.
My favorite color? Probably, like, burgundy, or, you know, that candy red.
She said, whoa, whoa. You hear that? Y'all hear that?
Mm-hmm.
Or black. You know, you can never go wrong with black. And white. I don't even know. Damn.
She said burgundy, black, and white. Does Southeast San Diego in the building right now? Turn up.
Yeah, you know black and white goes with anything.
Yeah, exactly.
What's your color scheme like? You know, what's your color scheme like? JVel Divine is getting ready to go to a show right now. What is she rocking right now? You know what I'm saying? What's the style look like?
All right, well, definitely got those chola eyebrows. And then I got my super bright red lipstick for sure. And then I gotta be rocking my black and white bandana all day, every day. And then either I have a jersey on or I got myself a flannel. And I don't know. See, that's a great question. I can go, I don't know, either some 501 jeans, some Dickies, or fuck around with some shorts and my Air Ones and some Cortezes.
Wow, sounds like you. That sounds like the chola style. I like that.
Yeah, that's definitely my stilo.
What's your favorite food? And like, can you cook? If you cook, what are you cooking today? Like, you know what I'm saying? What's popping? Like, are we getting some pozole? Are we getting some mole? Getting some pernil? What's happening right now? What's going on?
See, my favorite food, I have to go Mexican to the tacos and burritos, my shit, you know, like, kind of on the side. And if I can cook, I'm learning how to cook. I know how to make some fucking spaghetti. Yeah.
That's fire, though.
Chicken Alfredo.
Yo, that's fire.
Yeah, no, definitely cooking is not my forte.
I like Mexican food on the
station. We like to stop by.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love Mexican food on the grill.
Yeah, but you know, yes. And when you were asking me what else I look for in a partner, in a female, man, you'll have my whole heart if you can fucking keep my tummy full, you know, like, and fucking, what's it called? Spoil me with my taste buds, you know, taste buds all spoiled and shit. I'm gonna write a whole new song just about that shit, you know, like, oh my god.
Oh shit.
That's fire.
We got an exclusive.
And we inspire. Yeah, that's what we do, is we inspire and empower people here at the J Blue Center Show. That's what we do. You know? What else do we got today, Blue, for her? Like, what else do y'all feel like talking about specifically today?
Oh, you know, I got a simple question here. How did you come up with JVel Divine as your name?
Well, JVel, my name is Jackie Velasquez, so J for Jackie, Vel is for Velasquez.
Okay.
So JVel and Divine from, you know, just starting my spiritual journey and everything, like, I definitely felt like I was connected to the divine. So
okay.
That's why I came up with it, JVel Divine.
Nice.
I got a question too. Is it so? Your name is JVel Velasquez, correct? Jackie Velasquez and Marcos Velasquez. Are you guys married? Are you guys related? What's going on here? I'm trying to figure out what's going on. I just need to know.
Tio right there. That's my Tio.
That's your uncle for real, real life?
Nah, if you've noticed, they're spelled different.
Okay.
So that's a common. So that's a commonplace name. So you gotta. These are important questions. You gotta know. You know what I'm saying? What's going on? I'm trying to think what else.
Can I ask one more question? Can I ask two more questions?
Of course.
Okay, what zodiac sign were you born on?
I'm a Pisces.
Okay, you're born on the Pisces. Okay, and I see you got. I want to ask you, where can we find your music? But we know it looks like your music is found on all digital streaming platforms: Apple Music, iHeartRadio, Deezer, Pandora, YouTube. But what stands out here is I noticed you got over 1,500 likes on Facebook under JVel Divine. Tell us about your artist page. How did you develop that?
See, that was thanks to my manager. To be honest, I'm not tech savvy at all. So yeah, I'm definitely having to get help with that and putting myself out there and come into the social media platforms and stuff. But yeah, definitely a work in progress.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. It's really hard for me to. I don't know if you can tell, but it's very hard for me to be social.
Mm-hmm.
So me putting myself out there is definitely something I'm working on. So, yeah.
Does it?
Ask you.
Oh, go ahead. My bad. Go ahead.
I told you we do this. No, sorry. I want to ask you if there was one thing that you could add to the world and one thing you could take away from the world. What would those two things be? That's what I want to ask.
Add love, remove the hate. That's all I can really ask for.
That's
I feel like the world would it would just function a lot better. I don't know. We would all get along. Shit. I don't know. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I think that's my answer for sure.
Nice. Do I make you nervous? Do I make you nervous, Co-Red? Do I make y'all nervous on the air?
Oh yeah, you make me nervous all the time, bro. I'm so nervous around you.
I'm sorry about that.
Well, I'm definitely nervous.
No, don't. You guys, y'all relax. We just having a regular convo. We just having a convo. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. No, I don't want y'all to sound nervous, and I don't want you to feel nervous. So I apologize. But, yeah.
I'm fucking with you. She might not be, but I am. Look, if there's one thing that you haven't done in your career yet, what would you do, Jackie? What would you do?
Definitely start performing and get these music videos out for sure.
Wow.
That's one thing I'm waiting on.
Nice. Who do you look up to as who's the hottest banging artist out of San Diego, California right now? Or, who do you look up to in San Diego or Oceanside, California? Because I know there's few. I know there's some.
Probably.
I know there's some like trending artists out there. I know there's some trending artists out of San Diego. So I was just kind of trying to get like an idea, like who do you, what do you admire about your favorite artists or some of the trending artists out of San Diego? Do you have any in mind or?
See, I'm gonna rep my fucking city and give you the artists from Oceanside.
Okay.
Fucking Desi Hollow and Bishop Snow. Yeah. Those
okay.
Are definitely, the two top artists from Oceanside. I'm definitely trying to join them.
Okay. Wow.
Who's your favorite female artist? Let's do that.
That's a great question. And probably Reverie or Snow the Product.
Snow the Product.
For sure.
Nice.
Yeah, Snow's awesome.
Snow is awesome. Yeah. And who was the other one? Snow the Product, and what was the first one?
Reverie.
Reverie. Okay.
Yeah. Go check.
Nice. I'll check that out. I'm gonna check her out. I have a question. I just got one question for you, and then Code Red can continue. What? You know what? Let me get back to that. Because I.
Okay.
Sorry.
I got something for her. Definitely. Besides being a nurse or rapping, if there's just like one thing, like occupational thing, you know, that you could do in life, what else would you do? Like, or if there was like maybe one thing that, like one action, solitary action that you could use occupationally to maybe assist people or to spread your message, what would you do? That's my question.
See, I would probably just still venture out on my creative side, just because, you know, I don't just, you know, sing and rap and write songs. Like, I'm also a very talented portrait artist. I was an aspiring tattoo artist.
Mm-hmm.
Probably go into that route.
That's fire. So next time I'm in Dago, because I want a lotus flower on my hand. You can tap my lotus flower on my hand for me. That'll be fire.
All right, man.
You know, that's you know, that I'm not surprised that you're a tattoo artist, because when I looked at the Spiritual Gangster album cover art, you just look like you knew art, or you know, you look like you knew how to design art. But just how I looked at the cover, I was like, you had the Chicana look, and I said she looked like she might, you know, be an artist, you know, more than just a rapper, you know, or more than just a singer. And so you said, but so you only been in the music business, or, you know, doing music for about 2 years. Is that correct? 2 years ago?
Yeah, about 2 years and a half or so.
3 years and a half, and you've never performed. You haven't performed yet.
I technically performed 2 songs, but it was like my very, very, you know, the very beginning. Like,
that was the beginning.
It wasn't even studio. Yeah, like stuff I recorded on my phone type shit. Like, I don't really consider it, you know, like an actual performance. Like, now I definitely have a lot more stage presence. You know, I fucking practice in the mirror, you know. Gotta do what I gotta do to practice. But, yeah, and now I got that confidence that I didn't have back then. So I'm definitely excited to put on my first show, for sure.
Okay.
What's your favorite drink?
Favorite drink?
That was all random, huh?
Wow. No, that's a good question.
I'm like,
that's a good one.
You know, she said to get to her heart, you gotta fill her stomach, right? So, like, what goes with the food that you bring her? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are we doing?
My favorite drink? Probably like some horchata. Can't go wrong with some horchata or some agua de piña. Some agua de piña. Fuck yeah.
The way she said it, she was like, her whole soul longs for that. That's fire. I'm like straight up some Jarritos, like, or we're like por ejemplo, coca in the Mexican botes, right? Like, yeah, the original Coke. You fire with that? Like, we do that. I'm trying to think what else.
What is it that you don't want to do in the music industry? Like, you know, do you have any obligations to? Go ahead. My bad.
I don't want to lose my creative process, you know, or like lose my, you know, like what I want to do with my music. You know, I don't want people to start telling me like, oh, you got to make this type of music, and like you need to stop putting out that type of message, and you just start making these bangers and shit just to, I don't know, like I definitely don't want to lose my artistry in that sense.
Okay.
Yeah. I really need that creative freedom for sure.
I feel like there's a lot of female artists that don't have the same message, same empowering messages either, and there's a lot of toxic like female rappers right now that are like quote unquote like really popping right now, right? So how would you address that, and like how do you address like their like the way that they might be leading these young women, and what would you teach these women different that they're possibly teaching these women? Does that make sense?
Yeah, and see, what I wonder is it's the, like, the fucking recording labels that is making them fucking pop out these, these tracks, or if it's, like, them, like, that's my real question, because I don't know.
See, here at the JVel show, we do talk about different things, such as traumas. We do talk about different things as what people would call government conspiracy to, quote unquote, even though a lot of this shit has been declassified. And so we have previously talked about the kindergarten and prison pipeline, as I would call it, and how the record labels have been involved in it, and how the porn industry has been involved in it, and things of that nature. So we definitely, the audience here isn't a stranger to that. Like, we definitely hit them with that. You know what I mean? So, again, recounting my question, how would you address what I asked you, and what would you say to these young women that might not be educated, because, like, might be, I'm going to be candid, like, I feel like they're being led by a nation of thoughts, right? Like, that's just how I personally feel. Like, that's the reason why we have words like thoughts, and that's the reason why domestic violence is up, why homes are getting broken up, all these things are happening that have negative impacts on society and our families as a whole, right? So you being a spiritual gangster, and with the tools that you have to unpack that, how are you addressing that, and what would you say to these young women out here that might be misled by that?
Definitely just try to empower them as much as I can, definitely, try to get their morals in check, like what's actually important, and because I don't know, I just feel like it's very, what's the word I'm trying to say? Hold on, let me think on this. Let me ponder on that real quick. Hold up.
Yeah, take your time.
Yeah, I just feel like society just has, I don't know, it's just, society's fucked up. That's pretty much what I gotta say about that. Like, that society's fucked up, and I feel like just being able to be an example of, like, what a fucking queen is, like, being able to carry myself without fucking showing all my fucking goodies to the world, like, and just being a beautiful person inside and out. Like, the outside don't fucking matter for shit, like, it's all about the inside and what you give to the world, and the way you treat others and stuff is not about fucking who got the best punani, who got the best materialistic shit to brag about and shit like that. Shit don't mean shit, it's all about the energy and the vibes here you're fucking giving out. And yeah, like, just for them not to, fucking go astray from what's really important in this life.
Wow.
I definitely agree with you, and I think that here at the JVel Sanders show, we've done that a lot of times, discussing what you're talking about, society being fucked up. And, like, correct me where I'm capping at. We know I don't do that.
Yeah, that's all good.
I feel like we've addressed that, and we've unpacked these things. You say society's fucked up, right? So how do we fix it? How do we fix it?
I feel like all we can do is just kind of look within and work on yourself. As long as you do the work yourself, like, you're gonna start being able to transmit, that kind of energy and the kind of vibe that other people can look to. You're gonna be an example for change.
That's deep.
You're gonna start seeing, like, oh, you know what, like, she don't think, fucking rocking a fucking Prada bag and fucking, showing all her fucking goodies. She don't think that shit's cool. And look at her, she's fucking doing the damn thing, like, rocking fucking Walmart clothes and fucking, like, covered up completely. Like, I don't know. I just feel like you just gotta be that example. Work on yourself and be what you feel like society should be.
I was gonna say blue. It rhymes with not vibes. No. It's an inner. Blue got that joke. It's an inner joke. I'll tell you later, Jackie. Whoever listened to the Cora episode understands exactly what that means.
By the way, we did unpack a lot on this episode. We're already 55 minutes in. Do y'all want to wrap this up and do come back on another episode, or do we want to extend this episode?
I feel like we could bring her back.
Okay.
I feel like we should bring her back. I feel like we need more than I feel like we need more than just a part one with her.
Yes.
I feel like we need it's like speed dating. Right? I feel like we need,
okay. So
I feel like we need more than one part.
So before we wrap this up, JVel, tell us where we can find you on social media, and if you have any website or anything else you want to add, drop the details. And we're going to wrap this up. And thanks everybody for tuning in my episode. This is episode 87 on DJ Blue Radio, the J Blue Show on Spreaker.com. But yeah. Yes. JVel, tell us where we can find you on social media, if you don't mind.
You can find me on Facebook. My artist page is JVel Divine. IG, JVel Divine as well, but it's spelled JAYYVELDIVINE. And then you can also find me on TikTok, JVel_Divine 333. That's my angel number, by the way, if you're wondering. And yeah, that's where you can find me.
Can you tell before we leave though? Can you tell us what that meant right there? What you just said? Because even though we're familiar with these types of things, we want to know what that means. The viewers have a right to know what that means. So help us real quick before we go. Don't do that to us.
Pretty much like angel numbers are like synchronicities that our fucking spiritual guides give us. It's kind of like a little what is it called? Like a little sign, and you can look up all of these angel numbers and shit. It's pretty much just like 111 when you see 1111 on the clock. Like that's just not like no coincidence. There's no coincidences in this world. Like you saw that number for a reason. You're going through something. Like look that shit up and you can see that if you're on the right path or not. And so yeah, I've always been very connected to that number 333. I don't know if it's because my birthday's on March 3rd, but I see 333 everywhere my whole life. For sure.
Thanks for sharing that. Thank you for sharing everything with us. And Red, we appreciate everything you're bringing to this episode. Thanks, JVel. We're gonna wrap this up. We're gonna be right back after these messages. Y'all have a wonderful night and have a great weekend. We are out. Peace.
Yeah, good night, guys.